a sun-baked village flanked by ancient plains and whispering grasslands, stood a baobab tree so massive its shadow covered 3 huts at once. The villagers called it Ioko, the tree of the ancestors. Every child was warned not to disturb the tree's roots, for that was where the voices of the dead slept. In that same village lived a boy named Tunde, born beneath a red moon. He had not spoken a word since birth. While most thought him mute, others believed he had traded his voice for the spirit's favor. His mother, Mama Yamoja, was a widow who carried both sorrow and strength in her spine. "My child listens to the wind," she would say softly, "because it speaks to him in ways we cannot hear." The villagers were not kind. They whispered, mocked, and some even crossed themselves when he passed. Tunde, silent as ever, said nothing. But every day at dusk, he would sit under the great baobab, his small body curled like a shell. Ears tilted to the sky, his eyes distant. He would run his fingers along the roots, as if reading stories carved by time itself. One day, as the rains should have begun, the clouds came but gave no water. Days passed. Then weeks. The village wells ran dry. Children cried from thirst. Even the goats brayed in hunger. The elders gathered under the talking stone, the sacred meeting place, and began sacrifices. Chickens, goats, even a prized white ram. But nothing changed. The chief priest, Baba Arrow, threw bones, read fire, and chanted spells from ancient scrolls. Finally, he stood trembling and declared, "The spirits are not angry, they are waiting. A voice they trust must call them home." No one understood. Until one stormless night, Mama Yamoja woke to find her son missing. She followed the faint drumbeats in the air, a sound that no one had taught him, and found him sitting under Ioko, tapping gently on a drum he had crafted from the tree's fallen bark. Each beat told a story. Of ancestors who planted the first millet seeds. Of promises the village had forgotten. Of a spirit shrine now buried under the new marketplace. Suddenly, the air shifted. The dry wind turned cool. The sky rumbled, not with thunder, but with a soft hum. The baobab was singing. And then, he spoke. Just one word. Just once. Listen. In the silence that followed, the skies opened. Rain poured. Children laughed and danced. Crops soaked the blessing. The villagers ran to the baobab and found Tunde still, his hand resting on the drum, eyes closed in peace. From that day, Tunde was never mocked again. Though he rarely spoke, he became the village's voice of the ancestors, his drum the bridge between the past and the present. The shrine beneath the market was uncovered, rebuilt, and honored. And once a year, on the night of the red moon, the villagers would gather under Ioko, while Tunde played his drum, and the baobab whispered stories only he could hear.